The Venetian's vault room smells like new money and that industrial carpet cleaner they use everywhere on the strip. I'm staring at 17 pallets of cash. Federal Emergency Management quarantine funds. Each pallet wrapped in that shrink wrap they use at Costco. I know, because Janet's always getting the big packs for the break room. $32 million. My job for the next 72 hours is making sure it stays here while they evacuate the strip. Marcus Ward, head of security, Venetian Resort. 23 years in casino security. Started as a floor guard at the old Stardust before they imploded it. Worked my way up through surveillance, shift supervisor, assistant director. Got the top job 4 years ago. I tell people I babysit drunks and card counters. Technically, I manage a staff of 214 people across 3 shifts. Coordinate with Metro PD on everything from domestic disturbances to high roller protection details. And right now, I'm supposed to be the last man standing while they bus everyone else to the FEMA staging area at Nellis Air Force Base. Except I'm not the last man standing. That's the problem. Ward, you seeing this? Rodriguez's voice crackles through my Motorola. He's on the casino floor, second level, near the high-limit slots. We got maybe 40 people who won't leave. They're still playing. I check the monitor wall. Bank of 32 screens showing every angle of the property. The main casino floor is mostly empty. Chairs pushed back from blackjack tables, abandoned drinks sweating on a felt. But Rodriguez is right. I count 37 people at slot machines. 3 at a roulette table. 5 at the poker room. No, for one just cashed out. Federal evacuation order went out 90 minutes ago, I say into the radio. My voice sounds tired. I'm tired. Been on shift since yesterday at 2 p.m. when the first alerts came through. It's 6:47 a.m. now. The sun's coming up outside, but you'd never know it in here. No windows, same fluorescent twilight as always. What are they saying when you try to move them? They're saying static. Rodriguez is walking. I hear slot machine music in the background, that digital jingling that never stops. They're saying they're up. They don't want to cash out while they're winning. Of course. Of course they don't. I pull up camera 47. The strip outside. The southbound lanes of Las Vegas Boulevard are gridlocked. Taillights all the way to Tropicana. North is better, but not by much. News said Metro closed the I-15 northbound at Sahara, routing everyone to surface streets. Emergency vehicles only on the interstate now. I watch a Clark County Fire Department truck push through the intersection at Flamingo, lights strobing red across the Bellagio fountains. The fountains are still running. Someone forgot to turn them off. Boss, we also got staff who won't go. That's Denise Ward. No relation, different ward. She's Korean American and I'm 3rd generation from Guangdong. She runs the day shift surveillance room. Martina and Paolo from housekeeping. They're saying the buses won't take them. Why not? They're undocumented. Paolo's convinced ICE is running checkpoints at Nellis. I close my eyes, rub them. My contacts are dry. Been wearing the same pair for 26 hours. ICE isn't running checkpoints during a federal emergency evacuation. Yeah, well, Paolo's cousin got deported last year from a traffic stop, so the thing about being head of security is everyone thinks I have answers. I have procedures. I have 3-ring binders full of response protocols for active shooters, fires, floods, terrorist attacks, earthquakes. I even have a pandemic protocol. We updated it after COVID. But that protocol assumes the casino closes. Doors locked, everyone out, skeleton crew in hazmat gear monitoring the building remotely. Nobody planned for the skeleton crew refusing to leave. My phone buzzes. Text from Janet. My ex-wife. Though we're still friendly, she kept the house in Henderson. I kept the condo near downtown Summerlin. We share custody of our daughter Lily, 14 years old, 8th grade at Coronado High. Janet, did you get out? I text back. Still here. Vault duty, 3 dots. She's typing. They stop. Start again. Janet, Lily's asking about you. I told her you're working. Janet, the news is saying don't go near the strip. They're saying it's airborne. I look at the monitors. Camera 12 shows the main entrance. the replica bridge of size. There's a Nevada National Guard Humvee parked across the valet circle. 2 soldiers in MOPP gear. That's MOPP level 4, full hazmat. Gas masks. The works. If it's airborne, the MOPP gear makes sense. If it's airborne, I should be in MOPP gear. I'm not. I'm in my normal uniform, white shirt, black tie, Venetian security badge, radio on my belt, taser on my other hip. We don't carry guns. Clark County regulations. Casino security can't be armed except for special circumstances, and even then it's supervisors only, locked safe in the office. I text Janet back. Tell Lily I'll call her tonight. Love you both. That's not quite true. I don't know if I'll call tonight. The federal liaison, some CDC bureaucrat in a cheap suit who showed up at 3 a.m., said the quarantine funds need armed guard for 72 hours until the Army Corps of Engineers can extract them via helicopter. That's the plan. Stay in the vault room, door locked, wait for the helicopter. Except I can't stay in the vault room if my people won't leave. Rodriguez, I radio. Start with the tourists. Anyone still playing, you tell them the machines are going offline in 5 minutes. Building closure. They're going to want to cash out first, then let them cash out. Cage is still open. Marcy's still here. Marcy Voss, 56 years old, been a cage cashier since before I started. Works the high roller window. She lives alone. I know because she always volunteers for holiday shifts. No family in Vegas. She's saying she can handle cash outs if we keep it under 10 grand. Anything over that, she needs a supervisor. I'm a supervisor. I'm always the supervisor. I check the monitors again. Camera 19. The North Casino floor, near the sports book. Someone's lying on the carpet. Face down. Not moving. Rodriguez, you got visual on the sports book? North side, near the... I see it, Rodriguez says. His voice changes. That's not good. Is he breathing? Hang on. I watch Rodriguez's shape move across camera 19. He's a big guy, ex-Marine, did 2 tours in Fallujah, got out in 07 and went straight into casino security. He's wearing his vest. We all wear stab vests. Casino policy after that stabbing at Circus back in 2019. He kneels next to the person on the floor. It's a woman. Older. She's Jesus Ward her skin. What about her skin? It's gray. Like actually gray. And she's cold. The federal liaison told us the symptoms. Stage 1. Fever, disorientation, photosensitivity. Stage 2. Dermal discoloration, aggressive behavior, loss of verbal communication. Stage 3. Complete motor function deterioration, seizures, death. The liaison said stage 1 to stage 2 takes 4 to 6 hours. Stage 2 to stage 3 takes 2 to 3 hours. The first confirmed case on the Strip was at the MGM Grand. 22 hours ago, 8 p.m. last night. Some tourist from Phoenix who collapsed at a craps table. If she's gray, she's stage 2. If she's stage 2, she's been infected for at least 4 hours. Rodriguez, back away from her. Right now, boss, I'm checking for a pulse. I don't care. Back away. The woman moves. On camera 19, I watch her hand twitch. Then her head turns. Not like a person turning their head. Like something else wearing a person. Rodriguez scrambles back. Smart. His radio's still transmitting. I hear him breathing hard. Hear slot machines still playing their digital songs. The woman stands up. She shouldn't be able to stand up. Rodriguez said she was cold. Cold means no circulation. No circulation means no muscle function. She's standing anyway. All units, I say into the radio. My voice is steady. That's good. My hands aren't shaking. That's also good. Code black. We have a code black in the North Casino floor, sportsbook area. All personnel evacuate to secondary positions. This is not a drill. Code black. Medical emergency with security implications. We invented that code after a guy had a heart attack and died at a blackjack table in 2018. Took 20 minutes to clear the table, get him to an ambulance. We lost $40,000 in gaming revenue because other players got spooked. This isn't a heart attack. The woman starts walking. Camera 19 tracks her. She's heading toward the poker room, where those 4 players are still sitting, still playing. They don't see her. They're looking at their cards. I'm already moving. Out of the vault room. I'll have to lock it behind me. That's protocol. Can't leave 32 million unsecured. I'm running through the service corridor, past the employee break room, where someone left a microwave burrito half-eaten on the counter. Past the security office where Denise is watching her monitors, where she's turning to ask me what's happening. Lock the surveillance room. I tell her. Don't open it for anyone except me or Rodriguez. You understand? What about Martina and Paolo? Where are they? Laundry facilities. Sub-basement 2. Sub-basement 2 is 40 feet below street level. Underground. Self-contained ventilation system. If it's airborne, sub-basement 2 is the safest place in the building. Tell them to stay there. Lock themselves in. I'll come get them when this is over. If this is over. I don't say that part. I'm on the main floor now. Camera 19's view is ahead of me. I can see the sports book, see the poker room, see the woman walking. She's not walking right. Her gait is wrong. Stiff-legged. Mechanical. The 4 poker players are still playing. I'm 30 feet away when she reaches their table. 20 feet when she grabs the first player. Older man, polo shirt, Yankees cap. 15 feet when she bites his shoulder. That's not the right word. Bites implies teeth. Implies human eating behavior. This isn't eating. This is attack. This is infection vector. This is biological imperative. I have my taser out. I'm yelling. Security, get back. I'm 10 feet away. The man is screaming. The other 3 players are scrambling back, chips scattering across the floor. $100 chips bouncing like plastic rain. I fire the taser. Both probes hit her back. 50,000 volts. She doesn't stop. She doesn't even twitch. She just keeps biting, keeps tearing. So I do what I'm not supposed to do. What casino security never does. I hit her. Full body tackle. 312 pounds of weight. Her weight plus mine. Hit the poker table and it collapses. We go down together. She's still moving. Still trying to get at the man who's bleeding now. Who's clutching his shoulder. Who's backing away screaming. Her face is 6 inches from mine. Gray skin. Eyes that don't focus. Mouth opening and closing. I roll away. Get my feet under me. The other 3 poker players are running. Smart. The man with the shoulder bite is running too. Not smart. He needs medical attention. He stops running. 30 feet away, near the cage where Marcy is staring through the bulletproof glass, the man stops. He's shaking, convulsing. His skin is turning gray. 4 to 6 hours, the liaison said. Stage 1 to stage 2. I just watched it happen in 30 seconds. My radio is screaming. Everyone's talking at once. Rodriguez. Boss, I got 3 more down on the high-limit floor. Denise. Ward, the front entrance cameras just went out. I think someone crashed through the barricade. Marcy's voice, shrill with panic. There's people outside the cage. They're not moving right. All units, shut up. My command voice. The one I use maybe 3 times a year when something goes really wrong. 1 person talks at a time. Rodriguez, how many infected on your floor? 3 confirmed. No, 4. 4. We're the tourists who were still playing. I got them in the private gaming salon. Lock the doors. There's 12 people. 12 people. I do the math. 12 tourists who wouldn't evacuate. 2 staff were undocumented. Marcy at the cage. Rodriguez on the floor. Denise in surveillance. Me. That's 18 people in a casino complex that covers 600,000 square feet and an unknown number of infected. The CDC liaison, I never got his name, just saw his badge, said Public Health Service, and a photo that might have been him 15 years and 40 pounds ago. He left me a sat phone. Direct line to FEMA command, he said. Use it if the situation deteriorates. I'd say the situation has deteriorated. I pull the sat phone from my belt. It's one of those brick-sized iridium units. Weighs about 2 pounds. I flip it open. Press the speed dial button labeled FEMA. It rings, and rings, and rings. Federal Emergency Management Agency, Incident Command Nevada. A woman's voice. Calm. Professional. Could be a receptionist at a dentist's office for all the stress in her tone. Please hold for the next available coordinator. Hold music. I'm on hold. There are infected people on my casino floor, and I'm listening to hold music. Ward, what do I do with the guy who got bit? Rodriguez is still on the radio. He's changing. Right here. I'm watching it happen. Where are you? North corridor. He's between me and the service elevator. The service elevator is the only way down to sub-basement 2, where Martina and Paolo are. Where it's safe. Can you get around him? Not without, hold on. Sounds of movement. Heavy breathing. Rodriguez running. Okay, I'm past him. He's slow. They're all slow. That's useful. They're slow. Dead muscles, dead nerves. Motor function is degraded, but they're persistent. The woman on the sportsbook floor was persistent. She didn't stop when I tossed her. The sat phone clicks. This is Coordinator Ramirez, Incident Command. Who am I speaking with? Marcus Ward, Head of Security, Venetian Resort. We have multiple infected inside the casino. I need immediate extraction for 18 people. Mr. Ward, all extraction operations have been suspended until... Suspended? You people put me here. Your CDC guy said stay with the money. Helicopter in 72 hours. It's been 8 hours and we've got infected in the building. Mr. Ward, Ramirez's voice doesn't change. Still calm. Still professional. That's how I know I'm fucked. When a government person stays calm, it's because they're reading from script. The quarantine perimeter has been breached at multiple points. We're tracking 1,700 potential exposures across the strip. The National Guard is establishing a hard perimeter at Charleston Boulevard. All civilian personnel are advised to shelter in place until aerial extraction becomes viable. What does viable mean? 24 to 48 hours. I look at my watch. Casio G-Shock, same one I've worn for 12 years. Lily will be waking up soon. Janet will be making breakfast. She always makes scrambled eggs on Saturday morning, puts cheese in them the way Lily likes. They're in Henderson, 15 miles from a strip. If the quarantine perimeter is at Charleston, that's 3 miles north of here. Henderson is outside the zone. They're safe. I'm not. 24 hours, I repeat. You're saying we shelter in place for 24 hours. That is correct. Do you have adequate food and water? Yeah, we're a casino. We have restaurant kitchens, 1,000 hotel rooms, a water treatment facility in the basement. Then you should be fine, Mr. Ward. Lock down your position. Avoid contact with infected individuals. We'll have extraction assets in the air by tomorrow morning. She hangs up. I stand there holding the sat phone. Around me, slot machines are still playing. One hits a jackpot, bells and sirens and digital fireworks. Nobody's sitting at it. The chair is empty. There's a purse on the floor next to it, contents spilled out. Lipstick, Kleenex, a phone with a cracked screen showing 17 missed calls. Boss, Rodriguez on the radio. What did they say? They said we're on our own until tomorrow. Silence. Then, okay, what's the play? The play. Rodriguez is asking me what the play is. Like I know. Like there's a procedure for this. But there is a procedure. I wrote it myself. 5 years ago during the active shooter training we did after the Route 91 Harvest Festival shooting. Mandalay Bay, October 2017. 58 people dead, 851 injured. We spent a year updating every security protocol on the strip. Shelter in place. Secure positions. Establish safe zones. Wait for law enforcement. Rodriguez, where's the closest infected to your position? I can see two. One near the poker room. That's the woman you tackled. One near the craps tables. They're both just standing there. They're not attacking, not right now. It's like they're waiting. I pull up my security tablet. It's a Samsung Galaxy ruggedized case connected to the surveillance system. I can see what Denise sees. I scroll through cameras. Main floor, mezzanine level, pool deck, parking garage, service corridors. Camera 12. The main entrance is black, dead. But camera 11, which covers the valet area, shows me what I need to see. There are people outside, dozens of them, maybe hundreds. They're pressed against the barricade, the National Guard Humvee, the crowd control barriers, The decorative planters we put out for the Christmas season. They're not moving like people. They're moving like the woman on the sports book floor. Stiff. Mechanical. Wrong. And they're trying to get in. Denise, you still in the surveillance room? Where else would I go? Fair point. I need you to check every entry point. Main doors, service doors, loading docks, emergency exits. Tell me what's locked and what's not. On it. I hear a keyboard clicking. Main entrance is locked. That's the pneumatic system. Should hold unless they break the glass. Service entrance C is locked. Loading dock A is. Boss. Loading dock A shows door malfunction. Malfunction how? Like it's not reading the lock status. Could be the sensor. Could be the doors open. Loading dock A is on the east side of the building. Faces Coval Lane. Backs up to the employee parking structure. That's where the supply trucks come in. Food service, linens, furniture, casino supplies. There's a metal roll-up door, reinforced steel. It weighs about 2,000 pounds. If it's open, we have a breach point. Rodriguez, you still mobile? Yeah. I need you to check loading dock A. Take. Who's with you? Nobody. The tourists are locked in the private salon. I can't leave them alone. Then I'll go. You stay with the tourists. Boss, you sure? You're also the only ex-military person here. If something happens to me, you're in charge. I don't wait for him to argue. I'm already moving. Back through the main floor, past the abandoned tables, past the slot machines still playing their songs. Past the woman on the sportsbook floor who's still standing there, still swaying slightly, head tracking my movement, but not following. Not yet. The service corridor to loading dock A is behind the kitchen. I pass the prep stations, stainless steel and cold storage, everything gleaming and empty. Someone left a pot on the stove. I turn it off. No reason. Habit. Loading dock A is down a ramp, through a set of double doors with authorized personnel only stenciled in red. I punch my code into the keypad. Green light. Doors unlock. The roll-up door is open. Not all the way, maybe 4 feet of clearance at the bottom. Enough to see out. Enough to see the parking structure beyond. Enough to see the infected crawling under it. There are 3 of them. 2 men, 1 woman. All gray-skinned, all moving wrong. They're pulling themselves forward with their arms, dragging their bodies across the concrete. The loading dock floor is smeared with. I don't want to look closely. I look anyway. Blood. Things that used to be inside people. They see me. All 3 heads turn. No hesitation. They start moving faster. I hit the door control. Big red button on the wall. The roll-up door starts to come down. It's slow. So slow. The motor is old. Maintenance kept saying they'd replace it, kept putting it off because it still worked. The first infected makes it through before the door closes. He's was wearing a dealer's uniform. Mandalay Bay logo on his shirt. Name tag, says Kevin. Kevin reaches for me. I kick him. Full force right in the chest. He goes down. The door closes. Heavy metal slam. Locked. Kevin gets up. I run. The surveillance room is on the 3rd floor, tucked behind the accounting department. I take the service stairs 2 at a time, radio in one hand, taser in the other. My legs are burning. I'm 52 years old. I do 20 minutes on the elliptical 3 times a week. That doesn't prepare you for running from dead people who won't stop moving. Denise, I'm coming to you. Open the surveillance room door, but don't unlock the main corridor entrance. Copy that. The surveillance room has 2 doors. One from the main corridor, that's for normal access, badge reader, locked 24/7. One from the service corridor, that's emergency egress, fire code requires it. Denise is supposed to keep both locked except for shift changes. I hit the service corridor door. It swings open. Denise is there, holding it. Her face is pale. She's 51, 5'2", grandmotherly. For grandkids, I've seen the pictures on her desk. She does watercolor painting on weekends, brings in her work to show the staff. She's also holding a fire extinguisher like a weapon. Did something follow you? One of them. Maybe. I don't know. I'm breathing hard. Lean against the wall. Loading dock A is breached. They're coming in that way. How many? I saw 3. Could be more. Denise's surveillance room is small. 12 feet by 20. Wall of monitors. That's the 32 screens showing every camera in the casino. 2 computer workstations. A mini fridge that's mostly full of Diet Coke. A coffee maker that's been brewing the same pot since yesterday. It smells burnt. Need the caffeine. Show me the loading dock cameras. She pulls it up. Cameras 43 and 44. The loading dock floor is empty now. Kevin must have followed me. But outside, in the parking structure, there are more. I count 8, 10, 15. They're gathered at the roll-up door, pushing against it. That door will hold, right? Denise asks. It's rated for 4,000 pounds of force. It'll hold, unless they're persistent, unless they just keep pushing. Metal fatigue, stress fractures. Eventually, everything breaks. What about the tourists Rodriguez locked up? Denise switches cameras. Private gaming salon, 2nd floor. It's a small room, maybe 30 by 40 feet. High roller area. Minimum bet is $500. There are 12 people inside. I can see them through the security camera. Some are sitting at tables. Some are pacing. One woman is crying. Rodriguez, you still with them? Yeah. His voice is tight. They're not happy. They want to know when they can leave. Tell them we're working on it. Already told them that. 3 times. They're not stupid, Ward. They can see what's happening. One of the tourists on camera, middle-aged guy, expensive suit, Rolex on his wrist, is at the door, pounding on it. I can't hear him, but I can read his lips. Let me out. Let me out. Rodriguez, do not open that door. Wasn't planning on it. The satellite phone rings. I grab it. Ward, Mr. Ward, this is Coordinator Ramirez again. I'm calling to inform you that the situation has developed. Developed how? We're now tracking 4,300 potential exposures across the strip. The hard perimeter has been moved to Sahara Avenue. All personnel south of Sahara are considered quarantine zone. No extraction until the situation is contained. Sahara Avenue. That's 5 miles north of here. When will it be contained? Unknown at this time. Ramirez, you're telling me we're stuck here. You're telling me there's no help coming. Mr. Ward, I'm telling you to shelter in place. Secure your position. Minimize exposure risk. We'll coordinate extraction when it becomes safe to do so. And if it doesn't become safe, silence. Then, the quarantine funds in your possession are a federal asset. They cannot fall into civilian hands. Do you understand? What does that mean? It means you maintain security of that vault, no matter what. Those are your orders. She hangs up again. I look at Denise. She's staring at me. They're not coming, are they? Not anytime soon. So we're on our own. Yeah. Denise sits down heavily, puts her head in her hands. I should have left when they told us to leave. I should have gotten on those buses. Why didn't you? Because Marcy was staying. Because she doesn't have anyone at home, no family, nowhere to go. I don't know what I thought. I thought I'd keep her company, make sure she was okay. That's Denise. That's exactly Denise. She brings homemade cookies to work, remembers everyone's birthday. Last Christmas, she organized a toy drive for underprivileged kids. And now she's trapped in a casino with infected people because she didn't want her friend to be alone. We'll figure this out, I tell her. I don't know if I believe it. We got resources. We got supplies. We can last until the monitor flickers. Camera 19. The sports book floor. The woman I tackled is still there. But she's not alone anymore. There are 5 more with her. 6, 8. They're not attacking each other. They're just standing there. Like Rodriguez said, waiting. Denise, how many infected are in the building? She checks her monitors. Counts silently. I see 23 on cameras. Could be more in blind spots. 23. That's manageable. That's a security problem, not a survival problem. We can avoid 23 slow-moving infected in a 600,000 square foot building, unless the number grows. Do they all move the same way? Slow, mostly, but some are faster. Camera 8, look. She pulls up camera 8. The mezzanine level, near the gelato shop. There's a man there. He's not gray yet. His skin is pale, but not dead looking. He's moving fast, running, chasing someone I can't see off camera. That's stage 1, I say. He's still transitioning. How long does stage 1 last? 4, to 6 hours. Then they go gray. Then they slow down. So right now he's fast. But in a few hours he'll be slow. Yeah. Denise looks at me. Ward, what are we going to do? That's the question. That's the only question that matters. I have 18 people in this building. 12 tourists in the private salon. 2 staff in the sub-basement laundry room. Marcy at the cage. Rodriguez on the floor. Denise in surveillance. Me. And I have $32 million in a vault. The vault funds. Federal emergency money. Supposed to pay for quarantine operations, medical supplies, temporary housing, National Guard deployment. Money that's supposed to save lives. Money I'm supposed to guard. We need to get everyone to a secure location, I say. Somewhere we can lock down, wait out the extraction. Where? The vault room. It's reinforced. Single entry point. Separate ventilation system. If we lock ourselves in there, how many people can fit in the vault room? I think about it. The vault room is 20 by 30 feet. 17 pallets of cash take up maybe half that space. 10 people, maybe 12 if we stack them in. We have 18. I know. So 6 people don't get to go to the vault room. I don't answer. Denise stands up, walks to the monitors, stares at them. Who decides? Who gets to be safe and who doesn't? Denise. Because it should be the tourists, right? They're guests. We're responsible for them. That's hospitality industry 101. The guest comes first. It's not that simple. Why not? Why isn't it that simple? She turns to face me. Marcus, we both know what you're thinking. You're thinking the tourists don't belong here. They ignored the evacuation order. They chose to stay because they were winning, because they didn't want to cash out. They made their choice. She's right. That's exactly what I'm thinking. But Marcy didn't make that choice, Denise continues. Martina and Paolo didn't make that choice. Rodriguez didn't make that choice. We're here because we work here, because this is our job. Our job is to protect the guests. Our job was to protect the guests. Right up until the federal government told us to guard $32 million instead of evacuating with everyone else. So which is it, Marcus? Are we security guards or are we federal custodians? The monitor flickers again. Camera 12, the front entrance. The glass is cracking. The infected outside are pushing. Persistent, patient, dead. My phone buzzes. Text from Janet. Janet. News says the guard pushed the perimeter to Sahara. Are you still at the Venetian? Janet. Marcus, answer me. I text back. Still here. Janet. That's not an answer. When are you getting out? I don't respond. I can't. Because I don't know the answer. Ward. Rodriguez on the radio. We got a problem. One of the tourists in the private salon is sick. Fever, disorientation. He's saying he was fine an hour ago. Did he have contact with any infected? He says no. But, static. Boss, I think he's lying. I think he got bit and didn't tell anyone. Stage 1. 4 to 6 hours to stage 2. If he's in the private salon with 11 other people and he transitions, Rodriguez, you need to get him out of there. He won't leave. And if I open the door to drag him out, the others will rush the door. I can't stop all of them, then lock him in the bathroom. There's a bathroom in the salon, right? Yeah, but lock him in the bathroom. Tell the other tourists it's for quarantine. Tell them anything. Just get him separated. Copy that. I watch on the monitor. Rodriguez moves to the sick tourist. They talk. The tourist shakes his head, argues. Rodriguez grabs him, not rough but firm, and guides him to the bathroom. The door closes. Rodriguez comes back out. 11 tourists now. One locked in a bathroom, turning gray. Denise, I say, pull up every camera angle on the vault route. I need to know if the path is clear. She works the keyboard. Shows me the route from the surveillance room to the vault. Service corridor, down 2 floors, through the kitchen, past the employee break room, security office hallway, vault room. Empty, empty, empty. 1 infected on the 2nd floor landing. 2 in the kitchen. Empty, empty. 5 infected between here and the vault, she says. Can we get past them? We'll have to. My radio crackles. Different voice. Marcy. Mr. Ward? Are you there? I'm here, Marcy. There are people outside the cage. A lot of people. They're pushing on the glass. How many? I count 15, 20. They're not moving right. Oh God. One of them used to work here. Bethany from the cocktail service. She's dead. She's dead, but she's standing there. Bulletproof glass. The cage windows are rated for .44 Magnum. They'll hold. They have to hold. Marcy, I need you to stay calm. Lock yourself in the back office if you can. Don't let them see you. I can't get to the back office. They're between me and the door. Then stay where you are. Stay quiet. Don't draw attention. Mr. Ward, I'm scared. I know. We're coming to get you. I end the transmission. Look at Denise. We have to move everyone. Now, get them to the vault before the infected numbers grow. What about Marcy? We'll get her on the way. And Martina and Paolo. They're in sub-basement too. I check my tablet. Pull up the building schematic. Sub-basement 2 is accessible from the service elevator. The service elevator is on the north side, near where Rodriguez saw the infected. They might have to stay where they are. For how long? I don't know. Denise closes her eyes, opens them. You're making choices. Who goes to the vault and who doesn't? Denise, I don't have another option. There's always another option. We could try to fight our way out. Get everyone to the parking structure, find cars, and go where? The perimeter is at Sahara. That's 5 miles through infected streets, with tourists in dress shoes and staff who've been on shift for 24 hours. We wouldn't make it 2 blocks, so we choose who lives. We choose who has the best chance. And Martina and Paolo don't have the best chance because they're 40 feet underground with locks on the doors. I don't answer. She's right again. She's right, and I hate it. The monitor flickers. Camera 43. The infected are still pushing on the roll-up door. I count 25 now. 30. They're gathering. Like they know something's inside worth getting to. We move in 10 minutes. I say, get everyone on the radio. Tell them the plan. What is the plan? Service route to the vault. We move fast. We stay quiet. We don't stop for anything. Tourists first, then Marcy, then Rodriguez, then you and me. And if we run into infected, I'll look at the taser on my belt. 50,000 volts didn't stop the woman on the sportsbook floor. We go around them. And if we can't go around them, I don't answer that either. We're moving. 12 of us in a line through the service corridor. 11 tourists. The sick one is still locked in the bathroom. I heard him pounding on the door when Rodriguez opened the salon. Heard him screaming. Plus Marcy, who we picked up at the cage. She's shaking. Won't stop crying. One of the tourists, the guy in the expensive suit with the Rolex, keeps asking when the helicopter's coming. I don't tell him there's no helicopter coming today. Rodriguez is on point. I'm at the rear. Denise is in the middle, helping a tourist woman who twisted her ankle running from the cage. The woman's name is Patricia. She's from San Diego. Came up for her 50th birthday. Won $6,000 at blackjack. Started crying when we told her she had to leave the chips behind. Keep it tight, Rodriguez says. His voice is low. We're trying to stay quiet. Sound carries in these corridors. We got a stairwell coming up. 2 floors down, then straight shot to the vault. The stairwell door is heavy. Fire rated. It swings shut behind us with a pneumatic hiss. Our footsteps echo on the concrete. I'm counting steps. 23 steps to the first landing. Turn, 23 more to the second floor. Turn, 23 to the first floor where the vault is. On the landing between floors, there's a window. Small, reinforced glass with wire mesh. I look out without meaning to. The strip is burning. Not everywhere, but I can see smoke rising from the mirage. Flames in the windows of Harris. The street is full of people, infected, all of them hundreds, thousands. They're moving in the same direction. North, toward Sahara Avenue, toward the perimeter, toward the National Guard. Don't look, I tell the tourists. Keep moving. We reach the first floor landing. Rodriguez opens the door, checks the corridor. Clear. We file through. The vault is 50 feet ahead. I can see the door, reinforced steel, biometric lock, card reader. My badge will open it. My fingerprint will open it. 30 feet, 20 feet. Something moves in my peripheral vision. To the right, the employee break room door. Down! I'm shouting, pushing tourists ahead of me. Move! Go! The infected comes through the break room door fast. Stage 1. Still has muscle control, still has speed. It's Kevin from loading dock A. His dealer uniform is torn. His name tag is missing. He goes for the nearest tourist. Patricia from San Diego. She screams. Rodriguez is already moving, shoving her aside, putting himself between Kevin and the group. Kevin grabs Rodriguez's vest. Rodriguez punches him. Full force. Kevin's head snaps back, but he doesn't let go. His mouth opens. Gray teeth. Dead gums. I'm running. Taser in hand. I fire. Both probes hit Kevin's chest. He convulses. Let's go, Rodriguez. Falls. Gets back up. Vault. Now. I'm at the door, badge against the reader, finger on the scanner. Green light. Heavy locks disengaging. The door swings open. Inside. Everyone inside. The tourists pour through. Marcy. Denise. Rodriguez last, backing through the door, watching Kevin. Kevin's not alone anymore. There are 4 more behind him. 5. They're slow stage 2, gray-skinned, dead-eyed. But they're coming. Rodriguez backs into the vault. I'm pulling the door closed. It weighs 800 pounds. Moves on hydraulics. Takes 5 seconds to fully close. Kevin reaches the door with 2 seconds to spare. His arm comes through the gap. Gray fingers. No blood flow. Dead tissue. The door closes on his arm. There's a wet cracking sound. The arm falls to the floor inside the vault. Severed at the elbow, it's still moving. Fingers flexing. Opening and closing. One of the tourists vomits. The smell hits. Bile and fear and that burned coffee I had an hour ago that's churning in my stomach too. Is everyone here? 11 tourists. Marcy. Denise. Rodriguez. Me. 15. Did we lose anyone? The guy in the bathroom, Rodriguez says. We left him. He was infected. Stage 1. He would have put everyone at risk. I know. I'm just saying. We left him. The vault room is 20 by 30 feet. 17 pallets of cash stacked 6 feet high. $32 million. Federal quarantine funds. Money that's supposed to save lives. We're using it as a shelter. There's no furniture. No running water except the small sink in the corner for the counting scales. No food except the granola bars I keep in my desk. That's in the security office, not here. We have nothing. How long do we have to stay here? The tourist in the suit asks. His name is Michael. Silicon Valley. Tech money. I have a flight tomorrow. I need to be in San Francisco for a meeting. I almost laugh. Almost. Sir, I don't think you're making that meeting. This is ridiculous. I'm calling my lawyer. He pulls out his phone. No signal. The vault is shielded, part of the security design. No electronic signals in or out except the biometric lock system. Michael starts yelling. About his rights. About false imprisonment. About suing the casino. Shut up, Rodriguez says. Not loud, but final. Michael shuts up. Denise is sitting on the floor, back against a pallet of hundreds. Marcus. What about Martina and Paolo? They're safer where they are. Sub-basement 2 is locked. Self-contained. For how long? They have food down there? Water. There's a break room in the laundry facility. Vending machines. Water cooler. They'll be fine for a few days. A few days. Denise looks at me. You think we're stuck here for days? I don't answer. The satellite phone rings. I pull it out. Ward. Mr. Ward. Coordinator Ramirez. 3rd time she's called. I need to confirm vault security status. 15 people inside the vault. Copy that. Be advised, the situation has escalated. We're now tracking 8,000 exposures. The strip is under military lockdown. No personnel in or out until containment is achieved. When will that be? 72 hours minimum. 72 hours. 3 days. In a 20 by 30 room with 14 other people and no bathroom. Ramirez, we can't stay here for 3 days. We have no supplies, no. Mr. Ward, you have your orders. Maintain vault security. Protect the federal asset. We'll extract you when possible. And if it's not possible, silence. Long silence. Then, there are protocols for asset protection in worst-case scenarios. What protocols? In the event that extraction becomes impossible and the asset is at risk of falling into hostile hands, you are authorized to destroy it. Destroy $32 million? If necessary. Yes, my brain isn't processing this. Can't process this. How am I supposed to destroy cash? The vault has a fire suppression system. CO2 flood. It's designed to protect the asset from fire. But if you reverse the system, if you introduce flame instead of suppressing it, the CO2 will feed the combustion. The entire contents of a vault will burn in approximately 6 minutes. 6 minutes to burn $32 million. You're telling me to burn money instead of using it to save people. I'm telling you that federal emergency funds cannot fall into civilian hands during a quarantine crisis. If the infected breach the vault, if looters gain access, if the asset is compromised in any way, you destroy it. That's a direct order from FEMA Command. Do you understand? I understand. I understand that the government cares more about money than people. I understand that I'm not a security guard anymore. I'm a custodian of federal property. I understand that my job isn't to save lives. My job is to keep the money safe, even if it means burning it, even if it means burning the only thing that could help the people trapped in this city. Mr. Ward, I need verbal confirmation that you understand your orders. Outside the vault door, I hear scratching. Fingers on steel. The infected are out there. Persistent, patient, waiting. Inside the vault, 15 people are staring at me, waiting for me to tell them what to do, waiting for me to save them. And I'm holding a phone, listening to a government bureaucrat tell me to burn $32 million if things get bad. Things are already bad. Mr. Ward, I look at Rodriguez. 2 tours in Fallujah. He knows what orders sound like. He knows what happens when you follow orders that don't make sense. I look at Denise, 51 years old, for grandkids, makes watercolor paintings on weekends, stayed behind because her friend needed company. I look at Marcy, 56, no family, volunteers for holiday shifts, just wanted to help tourists cash out before the evacuation. I look at the tourists, Michael with his Rolex and his San Francisco meeting, Patricia from San Diego with her twisted ankle and her 6,000 in chips she had to leave behind, 10 others whose names I don't know, whose lives I'm responsible for. And I look at the 17 pallets of cash, $32 million, federal emergency funds, money that's supposed to save lives, money I'm supposed to burn if the wrong people try to take it. Mr. Ward, verbal confirmation required. I make a choice, the only choice I can make. Understood, Coordinator Ramirez. I understand my orders. I hang up. Rodriguez is watching me. What do they say? They said we're stuck here for 72 hours. They said to protect the money. That's not all they said. Smart. Too smart. No, that's not all. What else? I don't want to say it. Don't want to make it real. But Rodriguez deserves to know. They all deserve to know. They said if the vault is breached, if the infected get in, if we can't hold them back, I'm supposed to destroy the money. Burn it. Use the fire suppression system in reverse. How long does that take? 6 minutes. Denise makes a sound. Not quite a laugh. Not quite a sob. 6 minutes to burn $32 million. Yeah. And what happens to us during those 6 minutes? I don't answer. I don't need to. Everyone in this room is smart enough to understand. If I burn the money, the vault fills with smoke and CO2. The fire burns hot. Paper currency burns at 450 degrees. The oxygen gets sucked out. The temperature spikes. We suffocate. Or we cook. Or both. 6 minutes. Michael speaks up. You can't do that. You can't burn us alive over money. I won't have to. If we keep the door sealed, if we wait out the 72 hours, you don't know that we'll make it 72 hours. You don't know what's happening out there. He's right. I don't. My phone buzzes. Text from Janet. Janet, please tell me you're not at the Venetian anymore. Janet, the news is showing helicopters. They're bombing the strip, trying to contain the infection. Janet, Marcus, please. Lily needs you. I need you. Get out of there. Bombing the strip. I look at the ceiling. Reinforced concrete. 4 feet thick. Built to withstand earthquakes. Probably built to withstand conventional explosives. Probably. We need to make a decision, Rodriguez says. Stay here and hope extraction comes. I try to move, get to the parking structure, find vehicles, make a run for the perimeter. The perimeter is 5 miles away through infected streets. And staying here means waiting for a helicopter that might not come, or waiting for the infected to break through, or waiting for a bomb to hit this building, or waiting for our boss to burn us alive, Michael adds. Everyone's looking at me, waiting for me to decide. Head of security. That's my title, my job, my responsibility. But what am I securing anymore? Money? Lives? Orders from a government that sees us as acceptable losses? I think about Lily, 14 years old, 8th grade. She wants to be a veterinarian. She volunteers at the animal shelter on weekends. Last time I saw her, she made me watch a YouTube video about cat behavior. I didn't understand any of it, but I watched because she was excited. She shouldn't have to grow up without a father because I chose money over people. Here's what we're going to do. I say, we're going to use the money. Use it how? Denise asks. The infected are attracted to movement, sound, activity. They're gathering at the entry points. Doors, barricades. They're not thinking. They're just following stimulus. So we give them a different stimulus. We create a distraction, draw them away from our exit route. Rodriguez catches on first. You want to burn the money, some of it. Not here, somewhere else in the casino. Create smoke, fire, noise. Pull the infected toward it. Then we move. Get to the parking structure while they're distracted. That's destroying federal property. Michael says, yeah, it is. You'll go to prison. Maybe. If we survive. I look at the pallets. $32 million. 17 pallets. How much do we need for a distraction? One pallet is about $2 million. That's 40 pounds of currency. Enough to burn hot. Enough to create serious smoke. 2 pallets for $1 million. That should do it. Rodriguez, help me move these. I'm already pulling at the shrink wrap on the nearest pallet. It tears. Bundles of hundreds spill onto the floor. Everyone else, get ready to move. When we open that door, we go fast. No stopping. Straight to the parking structure. Where do we burn the money? Rodriguez asks. I pull up my tablet. Check the casino schematic. I need somewhere with good ventilation, so the smoke spreads fast. Somewhere central, so the infected throughout the building are drawn to it. The main floor. Sports book area. There's a ventilation shaft right above it. Smoke will spread through the entire HVAC system. How do we get it there without running into infected? We don't. We fight through. I'm ripping open the second pallet. Cash everywhere. Hundreds. 50s. 20s. Federal emergency funds. Money that was supposed to save lives. Now it's going to save ours. Maybe. Marcus. Denise is standing. If we burn this money, if we destroy federal property, they'll come after us. When this is over, if it's ever over, they'll prosecute you. I know, you could lose everything. Your job, your pension, your freedom. I know. So why are you doing this? I stop. Look at her. Look at all of them. 15 people who trusted me to keep them safe. 15 people who are alive right now because I locked them in a vault. 15 people who won't stay alive if I follow orders. Because I'm head of security. My job is to protect people. Not money. Not federal assets. People. I look at Rodriguez. You with me? He doesn't hesitate. Always. Then let's move. We load 2 pallets of cash onto a housekeeping cart someone left in the security office. For $1 million stacked 5 feet high. Rodriguez pushes it. I'm on point with my taser. Denise leads the group behind us. 14 people in a line. The vault door opens with a hydraulic hiss. The corridor outside is empty. The severed arm is still there on the floor. Still moving slightly. Fingers twitching. Patricia from San Diego sees it. Makes a sound. I don't blame her. Stay close. Stay quiet. Move when I move. Stop when I stop. We move. The corridor is 20 feet to the main floor entrance. Every footstep echoes. The housekeeping cart's wheels squeak. The cash rustles. We sound like a parade. 10 feet from the main floor door, I hear them. Scratching. Shuffling. That wet breathing sound they make. Not really breathing because they're dead, but something. air moving through dead lungs. Habit, muscle memory. I open the door slowly. The main casino floor is full of them. I count 40, 50, more than I can count. They're spread across the entire space. Some at slot machines, some standing near tables, some just swaying in place. The sports book is 60 feet straight ahead. Rodriguez, when I say go, you run that cart to the sports book. Dump the money, light it, then get back here. 30 seconds. You understand. 30 seconds. Everyone else, stay by this door. When Rodriguez gets back, we move to the east corridor. That'll take us to the parking structure. I look at my watch. 9:47 a.m. Lily is awake by now, probably watching cartoons. Janet is doing laundry. She always does laundry on Saturday mornings. Normal weekend activities. Normal life. 15 miles away. Go. Rodriguez pushes the cart. The wheels scream on the tile. Every infected head in the room turns. They start moving. Rodriguez makes it to the sports book. 20 seconds. He's dumping cash onto the floor. Bundles of hundreds. Stacks of 50s. It's everywhere. A carpet of currency. Infected are closing in. 10 of them. 15. They're slow but determined. Rodriguez pulls out a lighter. Casino policy. Security doesn't carry lighters. Fire hazard. But Rodriguez smokes. Everyone knows it. He flicks the lighter. Once. Twice. It catches. He drops it on the money. Cash burns fast. Faster than I expected. The fire spreads across the floor. Bills curling. Blackening. Turning to ash. Smoke rising, thick, black, chemical smelling. The fire alarm goes off. Sirens everywhere. Strobe lights flashing. The infected don't care about the fire. They care about Rodriguez. He runs. 3 of them are between him and the door. He lowers his shoulder. It's the first one. 240 pounds of muscle. The infected goes down. Rodriguez is past the second one before it can grab him. The third one catches his vest. He tears free. Fabric ripping. He's through the door. Move. East corridor. Now, we're running. All of us. 15 people through a casino full of infected. The smoke is spreading. The fire alarm is screaming. The infected are confused, half moving toward the fire, half toward us. The east corridor is ahead. 50 feet. 40. 30. Something grabs Patricia from San Diego. She screams. I turn. One of the infected has her arm. Gray fingers tight around her wrist. She's pulling away. It's pulling back. I fire my taser. Hit the infected in the neck. Hey, let's go. Patricia runs. 20 feet to the corridor. 10 feet. We're through. Rodriguez slams the door behind us. Heavy fire door. Self-closing. Locked. Something hits the door from the other side. Again. Again. Persistent. Patient. Dead. Keep moving. Parking structure is 200 feet. We run through the corridor. Emergency lighting. The power's starting to fail. I see lights flickering. The fire must be affecting the electrical systems. Or maybe the bombs Janet texted about. Maybe something hit the power grid. The parking structure entrance is ahead. Double doors. Card reader. I swipe my badge. Red light. I swipe again. Red light. Power's out, Rodriguez says. Card readers are down. There's a manual override. I'm looking for it. Should be a panel. Red handle. Emergency access. There. On the wall. I pull the handle. The doors unlock with a metallic clunk. We push through into the parking structure. It's dark. Emergency lighting only. My eyes adjust. I see cars. Hundreds of cars. Employee vehicles. Gastvehículos. Everything left behind during the evacuation. Find something that runs, I tell everyone. Keys in the sun visor, under the seat, anywhere. We need 3 vehicles minimum. The tourists scatter. Checking cars. Pulling doors. Michael finds a Honda Civic. Keys in the cup holder. Patricia finds a Ford Explorer. Keys in the sun visor. Rodriguez finds a Venetian shuttle van. Driver left the keys in the ignition. This'll fit everyone. We pile in. 15 people in a van meant for 12. Rodriguez driving. I'm in the passenger seat. Everyone else crammed in the back. Rodriguez turns the key. The engine starts. We're moving through the parking structure, down the ramp, toward the exit on Coval Lane. The exit gate is closed. Rodriguez doesn't slow down. He hits it at 40 miles per hour. The gate tears off its hinges. We're through. Coval Lane is empty. No traffic, no people, just abandoned cars and trash blowing in the wind. Rodriguez turns north, toward Sahara Avenue, toward the perimeter, 5 miles through infected streets. I look back. The Venetian is burning. Smoke pouring from windows. Fire spreading. $32 million going up in flames. Minus $4 million. That's what I burned for the distraction. $28 million left in the vault. $28 million that will burn when the fire reaches it, or when the bombs hit, or when the infected break through. It doesn't matter. It's gone. All of it. Federal emergency funds. Money that was supposed to save lives. Money I was supposed to protect. Money I chose to burn so 15 people could live. We drive north. Past the Wynn. Past Encore. Both empty. Both dark. Past Circus. Past the old Riviera site. Just bare dirt now, waiting for development that'll never come. We see infected. Dozens. Hundreds. They're everywhere. On the sidewalks. In the streets. Some turn to watch us pass. Most don't. They're slow. Stage 2. Gray-skinned. Dead-eyed. We pass one that's still fast. Stage 1. It runs after the van. Hits the back door. Grabs the handle. Rodriguez accelerates. The infected falls off. Tumbles across the pavement. Gets up. Starts running again. Sahara Avenue is ahead. I see the perimeter. Military vehicles. Humvees. MRAP armored personnel carriers. Soldiers in MOPP gear. Barricades. Razor wire. And bodies. Hundreds of bodies. Infected that tried to breach the perimeter. The National Guard cut them down. Left them where they fell. Rodriguez slows. Stops 50 feet from the barricade. A soldier approaches. M4 rifle. MOPP for gear. Gas mask. He signals us to roll down the window. Rodriguez does. This is a military quarantine zone, the soldier says. Voice muffled through the mask. All personnel south of this line are considered exposed. You cannot pass. We're not infected. I say. We've been isolated. We're clean. Sir, I have my orders. No one from the quarantine zone crosses this line until medical clearance. How long does medical clearance take? Unknown, sir. Could be hours. Could be days. Days. We escaped the Venetian. We drove through infected streets. We made it to the perimeter, and now we're stuck on the wrong side of it. Sir, you need to turn your vehicle around and return to your shelter location. Our shelter location is on fire. Then find another shelter location. This perimeter is closed. Rodriguez looks at me. Ward, what do we do? What do we do? That's the question. Always the question. I look at the soldier, at his rifle, at the barricade, at the razor wire. I look at the people in the van. Denise, Marcy, Patricia, Michael, the others. 15 lives. I think about Martina and Paolo. Sub-basement 2, locked in a laundry facility. Did they survive? Are they still there? Or did the infected break through? Or did the fire reach them? I think about the tourist in the bathroom, the one we left behind. Stage 1 turning to Stage 2, turning gray, turning into something that isn't human anymore. I think about the $32 million burning in the vault. Federal emergency funds. Money that was supposed to save people. Money I destroyed to save 15. We wait, I tell Rodriguez. We wait for medical clearance. We wait as long as it takes. Because that's all we can do. That's all anyone can do. Wait. Hope. Survive. We've been at the perimeter checkpoint for 6 hours. The National Guard set up a holding area. Parking lot of an abandoned strip mall. North side of Sahara. Chain link fence. Armed guards. 53 other people who made it out of the quarantine zone. Waiting for medical clearance that nobody's sure how to process. It's 3:47 p.m. now. Saturday afternoon. The sun is hot. Vegas in November is still hot. We're sitting in the van with the windows down because the AC stopped working an hour ago. We're out of gas anyway. Rodriguez found water bottles in a vending machine outside a closed 7-Eleven. We're rationing them. My phone has signal here. 70 texts from Janet. I responded to maybe 10. Yes, I'm alive. Yes, I'm out of the casino. No, I don't know when they'll let me leave the checkpoint. No, I can't talk to Lily right now because I don't know what to say. What do I say? Daddy burned $4 million so his coworkers wouldn't die. Daddy disobeyed federal orders because the government cared more about money than people. Daddy might go to prison for destruction of federal property. The news is showing footage of the strip. The Venetian burned for 4 hours before they got it under control. Total loss. The fire spread to the Palazzo. That's gone too. 3,000 hotel rooms. Hundreds of millions in property damage. And $32 million in federal emergency funds. Destroyed. I'm watching the footage on my phone when Coordinator Ramirez calls. 4th time today. I don't want to answer. I answer anyway. Mr. Ward, I need a status update on the vault funds. They're gone. Silence. Define gone. Burned. I used 2 pallets to create a distraction. The rest burned when the fire spread to the vault room. You used federal emergency funds as a distraction. I used them to save 15 lives. Mr. Ward, do you understand what you've done? You destroyed a strategic federal asset during a declared emergency. That's a federal crime. Multiple federal crimes. I know. You'll be prosecuted. You'll go to prison. I know. Then why did you do it? I watched the news footage. The Venetian's facade collapsing. The replica bridge of size crumbling into rubble. 23 years I worked there. 23 years watching people gamble and drink and celebrate and lose and win. 23 years protecting them because it was the right thing to do. Ramirez doesn't respond for a long time. Then, you'll be hearing from federal investigators. They'll want a full debrief. They'll want to know every decision you made. I'll tell them. She hangs up. Rodriguez is watching me. Federal charges? Yeah. What's the sentence for burning $4 million? I don't know. 10 years. 20. Worth it. I look at the people in a van. Denise is asleep, head against the window. Marcy is praying quietly. Patricia is texting someone, probably her family in San Diego. Michael is arguing with his lawyer on the phone. The others are just sitting there. Tired. Scared. Alive. Yeah. Worth it. My phone rings again. Janet this time. Marcus, Lily wants to talk to you. I close my eyes. Okay. Put her on. Dad. Lily's voice. 14 years old. Sounds younger when she's scared. Are you okay? I'm okay, sweetheart. Mom, show me the news. She said your building burned down. It did. Were you inside when it happened? For a while. But I got out. I'm safe now. When are you coming home? That's the question. When am I coming home? The National Guard says medical clearance takes 72 hours minimum. Blood tests. Observation period. Make sure we're not infected. Make sure we're not carriers. And after that, the federal investigators. Questions. Depositions. Charges. A trial probably. I don't know, Lily. It might be a while. How long is a while? I don't answer. Can't answer. Dad, you're scaring me. I know, sweetheart. I'm sorry. I had to make some hard choices today. I had to do things that might have consequences. What kind of consequences? Legal consequences. I might have to go away for a while. Not right away, but eventually. Silence. Then, did you do something bad? Did I do something bad? I destroyed federal property. I disobeyed direct orders. I burned $32 million that was supposed to help people during an emergency. But I saved 15 lives. I did what I thought was right, I tell her. Sometimes that means breaking rules. Sometimes that means accepting consequences. I don't understand. You will when you're older. That's what parents say when they don't know how to explain. Lily's smart. She'll figure it out. She'll understand that her father chose people over orders. Lives over money. She'll understand that he's going to prison for it. I love you, Lily. Tell your mom I love her too. When will I see you again? Soon. I promise. It's a lie. I don't know when I'll see her. Could be days. Could be weeks. Could be years if the federal charges stick. I hang up before she can hear my voice break. The sun is setting. The holding area is getting cold. Desert nights are always cold. Someone starts a fire in a trash barrel. The guards don't stop them. We gather around it. 53 people who survive the strip, sharing water bottles, sharing stories. A woman from the MGM Grand says the outbreak started in the poker room. Tourist from Phoenix collapsed mid-hand. 3 minutes later, he stood up gray. Bit the dealer. The dealer bit 2 players. Exponential. Unstoppable. A man from Caesars says he watched security lock the high rollers in a VIP suite. 12 people. $1 million players. They're probably still there. Locked in. Safe. Or dead. Nobody knows. Denise sits next to me. You did good today, Marcus. I destroyed $32 million. You saved 15 lives. The federal government doesn't measure success in lives. They measure it in assets. Then the federal government is wrong. Maybe. Probably. But they're the ones with the power. They're the ones who will decide what happens to me. My phone buzzes. Email from the Venetian corporate office. Subject line: termination of employment. I don't open it. Don't need to. I know what it says. Fired for cause. Destruction of company property. Unauthorized use of emergency protocols. Violation of federal custody agreements. 23 years. Gone. Pension gone. Benefits gone. Career over. Rodriguez looks over my shoulder. Sees the email subject. Sorry, boss. Don't be. I'd do it again. Yeah. Another vehicle arrives at the holding area. Military ambulance. Medics in MOPP gear. They're here to start the medical screenings. Blood draws. Temperature checks. Physical exams. We line up. 53 people who survived. I'm number 47. They draw my blood. Check my temperature. 98.4. Normal. Check my skin. No discoloration. Ask me questions. Exposure timeline. Contact with infected. Symptoms. I tell them everything. The woman on the sportsbook floor. Kevin from loading dock. The tourist in the bathroom. The infected that grabbed Patricia. They write it all down. Tell me I'm cleared for stage 1 screening. Need to complete stage 2 before I can leave the checkpoint. That'll take another 48 hours. 2 more days. By then, the federal investigators will be here. Rodriguez finishes his screening. Sits next to me. Marcy's asking about Martina and Paolo. What about them? She wants to know if they made it out. I haven't thought about them. Haven't let myself think about them. Martina and Paolo in sub-basement 2. Locked in a laundry facility. I told them to stay there. I told them they'd be safe. I told them I'd come back for them. I didn't. I don't know. I tell Rodriguez. I don't know if they made it. You did what you could. Did I? I made choices. Who goes to the vault? Who stays behind? Who lives? Who waits? Who gets rescued and who gets left? Head of security. That's what the title means. Making choices. Making calls. Living with the consequences. I pull out my phone. Open my email. The termination notice is there. I read it this time. Effective immediately. Turn in badge and credentials. Banned from all company properties. Final paycheck will reflect unpaid leave and damaged property deductions. There's an attachment. Damage assessment report. The Venetian. Total loss. Estimated $1.2 billion. The Palazzo. Severe damage. Estimated $400 million. Emergency fund destruction. $32 million. Total. $1.632 billion. They're billing it all to me. I laugh. Can't help it. It's absurd. How do you pay a $1.6 billion debt? You don't. You declare bankruptcy. You lose everything. You start over. If they let you start over. If you're not in prison. Denise is talking to Marcy. Quiet conversation. I hear fragments. Probably didn't suffer. Quick. Couldn't have known. They're talking about the tourist in the bathroom. The one we locked in. The one who turned gray while we ran. His name was David. David from Portland. 53 years old. Software engineer. Came to Vegas for conference. Won $1,200 at roulette. We left him to turn into something that isn't human. Someone has to remember. Someone has to carry that. His name. His age. His life. That's my job now. Remembering. The night gets colder. The fire in the trash barrel burns down. We add more trash. Someone finds cardboard boxes. Someone else finds wooden pallets. We keep the fire going. The National Guard brings MREs, meals ready to eat, military rations, beef stew, chicken and rice. They're not good, but they're food. We eat. We drink water. We wait. My phone buzzes. Text from Janet. Janet, Lily can't sleep. She's worried about you. Janet, I told her you'll be home soon. Please tell me that's true. I don't respond. What do I say? I don't know when I'll be home. I don't know if home exists anymore. Not the home I had. Head of security at the Venetian. Good salary. Benefits. Pension. Respect. That's gone. What's left is a man who burned $4 million to save 15 people. A man who will spend years explaining that choice. To investigators. To lawyers. To judges. To his daughter. Years explaining why people mattered more than money. Rodriguez is staring at the strip. It's dark now. Power's out across most of the city. But we can still see smoke. Still see fires burning. Still see the National Guard helicopters circling with searchlights. You think Martina and Paolo made it? He asks. I don't know. You think anyone else made it out? The tourists we couldn't reach? The staff who were off shift? I don't know. You think they'll ever contain this? I don't know. Rodriguez nods. Fair enough. We sit in silence, watching Vegas burn, watching the city that never sleeps go dark, watching everything we knew disappear into smoke and ash and federal quarantine. The Venetian is gone. The money is gone. My job is gone. My career is gone. But 15 people are alive. Denise, Marcy, Patricia, Michael, Rodriguez, 10 tourists whose names I never learned. And me, 15 lives for $32 million. The federal government will say I made the wrong choice. Lily will grow up visiting her father in prison. Janet will tell people her ex-husband destroyed federal property during a national emergency. And every night for the rest of my life, I'll dream about fire, about cash burning, about infected faces pressed against vault doors, about choices that destroy everything but save the people you swore to protect. Every night, I'll dream about David from Portland, locked in a bathroom, turning gray, screaming. I'll dream about Martina and Paolo, sub-basement 2, waiting for rescue that never came. I'll dream about Kevin from loading dock A, his severed arm, still moving, fingers still flexing. I'll dream about the woman on the sports book floor, gray skin, dead eyes, mouth opening and closing. I'll remember all of them, every choice, every consequence, every person I saved and every person I didn't. That's what it means to be head of security, making choices, living with them, carrying them, forever. The fire in the trash barrel goes out. Nobody moves to restart it. We sit in the dark, 53 survivors, waiting for morning, waiting for medical clearance, waiting for whatever comes next. Above us, a helicopter passes, searchlights sweeping the streets, looking for survivors, looking for infected, looking for anyone left in the city that used to be Las Vegas. I close my eyes. I should sleep, should rest while I can, but I can't stop seeing the fire, can't stop seeing the money burn, can't stop calculating the cost. $4 million for a distraction, 28 million lost in the vault, 15 lives saved, $2,133,333 per person. That's what the federal government will say I spent. That's what they'll put in the charges. Destruction of federal property, dereliction of duty, disobedience of direct orders. They'll give me 10 years minimum, maybe 20. Federal crimes carry federal sentences, but 15 people are breathing. 15 hearts are beating. 15 people will go home to their families. Eventually, when this is over, if it's ever over, I open my eyes, look at Rodriguez, at Denise, at Marcy, at the tourists whose lives I saved by burning money I was supposed to protect. Worth it, Rodriguez says quietly, like he's reading my mind. Yeah, I say. Worth it, and I mean it, even though I know what's coming. Even though I know I'll spend years in prison. Even though I know Lily will grow up without me. Even though I know I destroyed everything I built over 23 years. I'd do it again. I'd burn every dollar. I make every choice. Because at the end of the day, I'm not a federal custodian. I'm not a guardian of government assets. I'm not a keeper of cash. I'm head of security. And security means people, not money, never money. The sun rises over Vegas, orange and red over smoke and ruins. The Strip is a wasteland now. Burned buildings, empty streets, a city that died in 24 hours. But 53 people are alive in this holding area, breathing, waiting, surviving. 15 of them because I burn money instead of people. The National Guard medic approaches. Time for stage 2 screening. I stand up, walk to the medical tent. Behind me, Denise asks Rodriguez, "You think Ward will be okay?" "No," Rodriguez says, "but he did the right thing. That's got to count for something." It doesn't, but I did anyway.